Hey everybody, welcome back to a Denton County weather forecast, and today what we're looking at is the potential for some severe storms this afternoon, which there has been some changes to the forecast, including the potential for now severe weather in portions of the 4-county metroplex. Now, we'll have to watch this very closely this afternoon. There is a chance for severe weather as early as 3 to 4 o'clock this afternoon, so a lot to monitor over the next several hours. Let's get started, though. So, as of right now, this is the live look of the radar at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So, you can see that the green shaded area is your marginal risk for severe weather. This does now include portions of Tarrant County as well as southwestern portions of Denton County. Not to be too specific, but there could even be severe weather as far east as maybe Denton or even as far east as, Dallas County. But again, it should be a pretty low-end risk today. The only risk that I'm concerned about would be damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and a potential for hail the size of golf balls. Now, that threat should primarily be off to our west, but I can't rule out maybe a strong storm or maybe a low-end severe storm here in the Metroplex as well. Current look at the live radar, though, we don't have a whole lot of storms. There are a couple starting to kind of pop up down here near Keelan, Waco, also just south of Stephenville. Now, these storms aren't severe by any means. This is just mainly due to the fact that we have so much moisture now coming out of the Gulf of Mexico today that could fuel some isolated storms and maybe some scattered storms passing this early afternoon. The main threat for storms this afternoon will be out here, though, to our west, and we're going to see that here in the future radar right now. So let's go and check that out and see what's going to happen. So this is the live, or the future radar, so you can see 1 o'clock. Not a whole lot on the radar. Obviously, there's a couple showers and maybe a couple storms down there to the south. It's 3, 4 o'clock. Storms start to pop up, and now this is a little bit different from yesterday's forecast, this morning's forecast, I should say, because I did post the forecast this morning. Now there's a chance that we see some storms as far east as potentially, as I said before, Denton or Tarrant County. There could be a few storms that do form just out to the west, just west of I-35, and now if these storms do form and develop, they could have some hail and maybe some damaging winds, so this will be something to monitor. No tornado threat, though, so don't be concerned about that, but you can see 5, 6 o'clock, they continue to form and move off to the east. Again, give or take, maybe a few, it could be a little bit farther south or a little bit farther north, but the storm should be able to develop here just off to the west. A line will eventually develop closer to 6, 7 o'clock, and this line will push toward the Metroplex as well. So if you do see a storm like Weatherford or Decatur, if you see a storm earlier in the day, closer to 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you could even see this line of storms a little bit later, which could also bring some gusty winds, maybe some damaging winds in isolated spots. But you see 10, 11 o'clock, it starts to move toward the Metroplex. It starts to fall apart as it approaches the area after daylight heating obviously expires well into the evening hours around 8 o'clock. So you can see that 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, we're not going to really see a whole lot of storm activity. 2, 3 o'clock, storms continue to push off to the east. There could obviously be some more rain behind it. Severe weather should remain limited, though, after sunset. Quick look at the dew points, and that will basically be the forecast. You can see dew points today are going to be in the mid to upper 60s across the Metroplex. Tomorrow, they're going to go skyrocketing, and even into Thursday morning, into the lower 70s for most of us. So humidity is going to build significantly, and if you have not seen my 7-day forecast already, make sure you check that out on my Facebook page. Plenty to look at there. A lot of rain chances coming this week, and that will include the potential for maybe some low-end severe weather risks coming maybe sometime later this week as well. This forecast is brought to you by DFW Roofing Pro.